Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Solana, seeing what's going on. Nice little dump we got here, so hopefully better price action for those who are trying to get into any longs. I'm not proposing you get into a long because we're still under the cloud, but there is a lot of reasons why this coin could and should still be able to maintain its current price action. But once more, we want to be realistic and look at everything. Generally speaking, Bitcoin is pulling back pretty significant. That's the only reason why we're seeing this here from Solana. So just bear in mind, it's not Solana necessarily dumping. It's more so just dollar index is up. Traditional markets are down. Bitcoin's kind of following suit here. So please recognize the sky isn't falling yet. We're still in good shape here with Bitcoin. We haven't invalidated any bullish trends. Of course, there's not really much of a bullish trend right now. It's more so sideways action. What I'm getting at here is that we shouldn't overreact just yet. Let's double check a few key factors and make sure that we have some good understanding of what's going on here. So if you are new to the channel, not a financial advisor, of course, I hope you can learn something today. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help out, of course. CryptoCash.tech is a site where you can become a better trader. I have a Trading Academy community and Signal group. Future reference to, we do have a situation here where some members are joining and not familiar themselves with the signals guide. Please read through this to understand the difference between my premium signals and premium plus. Day trades and swing trades perform much different than one another, and one is a bot, one is me creating those trades myself. Okay, so again, just some things to kind of think about. Make sure you understand that. Not the end of the world if you don't, but it's really highly recommended that you do understand what that means. Okay, anyways, just would like to clarify that. So what we want to look at here for Solana is some backend data first. All right, so this is the monthly. This gives us a 1 month look back on liquidation. So we got a heavy concentration liquidation at about 92.50, and of course upwards of about 107, 108. Okay, those are the two heavy concentrations on the larger time frames that we can see here. We look at the 7-day time frame. We can kind of see here that there's a ton of people shorting in the last week's worth of trading. So in the last week, we see a massive amount at 103. That is likely the next target. However, price action is pulling back to this 94 range, so keep in mind we could see somewhere as low as 92 as a rough estimate for the next sweep of liquidity. Now, is that a guarantee? A lot of it depends on Bitcoin, really. That's just the bottom line. There's no other way around it. And if Bitcoin can pull its head out of its ass, then we can confidently see Solana do the same thing, right? Most coins are moving concurrent with Bitcoin minus Chainlink, I think it is. Chainlink is inversely paired. It wants to go up when Bitcoin goes down. And then we've got Myro, for example. I cover that one a lot for my community. That tends to go down when Bitcoin goes up. So it's an interesting little situation here, but it's funny nonetheless. And at this point, we want to just kind of double check a couple things here. So we're going to look at the daily and kind of quickly clarify a few things. I'll go ahead and remove this little X here on the chart just because that is our confirmational sign of going long. We still have yet to do that because we haven't closed above the cloud in the last 48 hours. Okay, so at this point on the daily time frame, we are testing the 20-day SMA, holding so far so good. However, the 50-day SMA above the price action now. Keep in mind today's candlestick has 8 hours left in it, so we're not done yet. But generally speaking, it would be disadvantageous to close below the 50-day. Right here at $97, $98 is that strong resistance level based on volume. We've had it kind of pretty consistent this whole time, even if we zoom out a little bit. The $99 to $100 mark is pretty heavily filled with volume, okay? So we're kind of right smack dab in the middle/lower section of that, implying that we could see some resistance here. I wouldn't say that's a definitive line in the sand. What is important, though, is to recognize 0.382 at $97 is somewhat of a resistance for us. If we close below that, that's concurrent with the 50-day SMA, right? So those things kind of going hand in hand leads me to believe that if we don't close under above 97, it may be consideration for the price action to continue lower. We have our stochastic RSI swinging down on the daily. That's been doing so for a few days now. Traditional RSI at 50 or higher, and of course money flow index is doing I wouldn't say doing well, but money flow index is above 50, which is a positive sign. Right here we're seeing a MACD divergence forming, but it hasn't fully diverged yet. So again, still it's a little too early and premature in my opinion to make a decision on whether or not the price is going to shoot up or shoot down. But the truth is we're working ourselves into this kind of this compressed little situation here where the price action is kind of getting tighter and tighter within this wedge. So commonly, these kind of things can break to the upside because we have somewhat of a bullish pennant pattern where the price action is working itself into a larger time frame move. But again, it really depends on who you are and how you look at things. I don't necessarily try to take trades based on specific patterns. They influence my decision. If it's looking bullish, I'll be more likely to take a trade, but It's hard to want to take a long position, for example, if everything's looking bearish, just because you have a bullish type of pattern, right? Patterns are good, but they're not the only thing. So just please understand that. Get some people overanalyzing sometimes, and it can be almost contradictory to have overanalyze things. All right, what do they call it? Paralysis by analysis. Yeah, so just be careful with that. Anyways, 4-hour time frame, we're stuck under 50 on the RSI. We were supposed to break above, but unfortunately, bears had a different story here. Stochastic RSI swinging down, money flow index is very low. This is not a good look on the 4-hour time frame. MACD still having difficulty converging. Okay, so while we are above some key level supports here at about 94, 93.50, we are still in a situation where it's not fantastic or great. There's more bearish than bullish signs on the 4-hour for Solana. Take a look at the 1 hour. Let's quickly verify a couple of things here. On the 1 hour, what we want to double check is, of course, the cloud. That's a good starting point because it kind of gives us some confirmation that this descending trend is still holding. So we're essentially making lower lows and lower highs still. We haven't made lower lows technically in the most recent time frame, but we are effectively unable to establish higher highs. And in the inability to be able to do that really causes the price action to continue to pull back. So the truth here is that we're below the cloud, lagging spans below the price action, and conversion line is still above the baseline. So technically, conversion line is telling us that we have momentum to the upside and that there is potential for the price action to still continue. Now, is that enough to warrant a long position at this point? No, definitely not. It is enough to maybe consider closing a long position if you have one open. We do as a community right now. We haven't fully averaged into our position yet, so I'm not super concerned. We're not invalidated completely yet. A close below 93 would definitely invalidate things. But at this point here, it's still looking fairly bearish, right? There's not a lot of merit or incentive to want to take a long position right now. So if you want to cut your losses, you can definitely go ahead. I would say I'm going to be personally waiting for Bitcoin to close above or below 42,500 today. That's kind of the level for me. If Bitcoin cannot close below that, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue lower. But if it closes above, then we should have a decent chance at pivoting off of that support level and bouncing a little bit higher. Again, a lot of different scenarios exist, but the truth is we have mostly bearish divergences on the majority of coins right now, and that should be an indication that maybe taking a 100x long position may not be all that advantageous. So again, please, folks, low leverage, low position sizing. I wouldn't say get tired of people coming over to our community that need help. I love helping, right? But I get tired of the same old story, same old narrative where they're following, XYZ online because they're just an amazing trader and they're hitting 20, 50, 100x leverage trades all the time, right? While that's true and some people can do that, it's less common for the common folk, right? So if you want to kind of humble yourself and relax and calm down a little bit and take less trades and maybe just be a little more patient, that might be a good starting point. At this point, it just doesn't seem like it's a good situation just to buy the dip, right? Spot bags, different story altogether, but if you're looking for a leveraged position, I'd consider waiting at this point because majority of our trades that are being sent through my trading bot, these are smaller time frame moves, they're all leaning a little bit more towards the bearish side of things. So just be mindful of that. Either way, I hope you fare well. If you have any questions, concerns, feel free to reach out, obviously. CryptoCash.tech is a site. If you want to become a better trader, do so as well there. Think for a better exchange, if you want to have a better exchange for your Solana experience, check out Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange, healthy rewards if you use my link to register. No KYC or VPN, that's the main reason why we use them. They are a phenomenal exchange. Thank you again, Bitunix, and everyone else in my life that's just making my life a better place. Deeply appreciate the support and everything too as well. You're all awesome. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.